Hello, everybody. How are you doing today?
Well, hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Anime Club.
Can I do an introduction for once? I'm kidding.
No!
Season 4!
For the first time of the season, I'm Nick Knack. With me is Realm Shifter,
God, so rude, Nick Knack.
Seki,
Yes!
and Vorn.
Stick it up the foot.
We're starting today the only appropriate way.
The only valid way.
Shame!
Keijo!
Keijo.
Also known as Hip Whip Girl.
Yeah.
Hip Whip Girl.
I'm just like thinking to myself. I mentioned this off cam, but I'm gonna mention it now as well. This is just JoJo, but instead everything is replaced with breasts and butts.
So I think we need to go around and first give our ratings on this auspicious start to the season.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Nick Knack, how did you feel about this?
My feelings are interesting. The first 6 episodes, I think, are legitimately... I don't want to say compelling. Viewers. I don't want to say compelling, but... it teetered on an approval for me, not even an ironic one in the first 6 episodes. And this may not have been the intention, but I felt it had actual artistic value in showing that with enough, choreography and clever enough editing, you can make even the stupidest of concepts work as an action shonen.
I want the record to show that this is actually an appropriate example for that a man of culture meme.
That said, as the episodes went on, I felt like that cleverness kind of diminished. And at this point, I only kind of have an ironic love for it because it got a little bit wild as time went on.
Wild is an understatement.
So yeah, it's a pretty straightforward ooh-woo for me in this case.
Realm, you're up next.
I also give this an ooh-woo very much.
Officially in the ooh-woo tier.
Yeah.
Who would have thunk?
Which means that I have the great joy to say that this is an unironic absolute approval. I love this show with every bone in my body and bones that don't even exist in my body.
We didn't give Realm a chance to flesh out his thoughts here, if he has anything else to throw in.
I mean, it's ass cheeks. All I'm thinking of right now, as far as that is concerned, is this reminds me of the one episode of SpongeBob where it's just like, oh no, the iron buns.
Got buns of steel.
Yeah.
Alright, Seki, now you can flesh it
I
out.
dead ass, I think that this is a goddamn work of art. This is stunning. This is absolutely beautiful. I cannot even express to you how much I loved this show in an unironic form. I just can't. It's too perfect.
Would you say greatest sports anime of all time?
I think that this is the greatest sports anime of all time. And keep in mind, this is coming from a sports anime fan.
Yeah.
Alright, now you guys get to hear the reason I yelled shame. Vorn, go ahead.
I only watched up to episode 9. I failed.
So Vorn is officially taking the first L in the history of this channel. We have a rule in place that states that if a show is truly abhorrent, right, or you truly can't stand it, or you just cannot get through it, if you stop at certain amounts of episodes, if you stop at 3 episodes, you can't be included in the recording. If you stop at 6, it depends on how long the submission is. And if you stop at 9, you can be in the recording, but you cannot submit an anime to the hat because you did not finish the anime this week. And you know what? It is perfectly fine for anyone to use this at any time with good reason, but we have yet to have a show that has had this happen until now.
I mean, I should have one the unspeakable one.
As far as how this looks in the actual tier list, if someone takes the L, I probably won't factor in their rating. It'll be as if they gave it approved, I think. Not approved, but it's not going to factor in, I don't think.
Yeah. But, no, this is the first time ever. And Vorn, is that because you hated it? Or was it just hard to watch?
1, hard to watch. Also 2, boring as hell after I got past all the boobs and butt enjoyment.
So there was enjoyment for a bit there.
Like for the first 10 minutes and then it went down. So hard.
I kind of see what Vorn's saying, though. I have a similar feeling to something like the movie Joe Dirt, where it feels like a Saturday night.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
It feels like a Saturday Night Live skit that just stretched on way too long and didn't need to be a full-length film. Is that kind of what you're feeling here with the show?
Yep.
It was a funny gag that didn't need to be a full anime.
I mean, the story just sucked. Like, from what I watched.
This is also yet another entry in shows that are most likely ecchi.
Yeah.
Yes.
That said, I can actually respect Vorn's opinion a lot on this, to be honest. I see where he's coming from.
Like, literally, for me, this show was basically just, like, an excuse for softcore porn. That was basically this show in a nutshell.
I mean, there were a few moments where it was not softcore. I want to be very clear here.
Yeah, like, there were not. There were moments
There was at least one.
Oh, there definitely was when I
At least
watched it.
one peak.
Oh, yeah.
I will fall back upon that which I complain that romance authors do, which is use euphemistic words to describe a true peak.
There was no euphemism in that scene. That was just completely pee.
Can you not? Okay. So, now that our ratings are out of the way, we started doing this at the end of last season. I'm going to continue it here. So, this anime aired from October of 2016 to December of 2016. And it is 12 episodes, but there are also 6 OVAs, which I did not know about, or I would have had them. I would have had us watch them. I wish I'd known, but I didn't. Now, so the music here is done by Hayato Matsuo. Now, how did you guys feel about the opening, ending music throughout it? I liked
Nothing special.
It was, nothing special. It was energetic, to be sure. It was enjoyable, but nothing particular stood out to me.
So I liked it, and I'll say that the person who did this is also the person who did the music for Final Fantasy XII, a bunch of the Dragon Quest games, a couple of other things, some Dragon Quest animes, I'm just gonna Transformers Armada, Hellsing Ultimate.
Who was it?
The World God Only Knows.
What was this artist's name?
Hold on. Crayon Shin-chan. Oh, the Phantom Blood arc of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Oh.
Drifters, Keijo, Love Chunibyo and Other Delusions, and High Score Girl, as well as Kamen Rider 555, the TV. I said his name. It was Hayato Matsuo.
Let's see if I know from anything I've...
He also did some games like Magic Knight Rayearth, Font Mission 3, and a few other things.
Yeah, I got nothing to say about this guy at all.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like his
nothing.
stuff was kind of interesting, like at least that. But in Final Fantasy, I was thinking of Final Fantasy 13, but it was Final Fantasy 12, which was the
12.
MMO.
Yeah.
But
No, actually.
Oh, it's not.
Phantom Blood.
Yes, I have heard Phantom Blood.
Also, he did he did some arrangements in a certain magical index, The Miracle of Endymion.
I didn't
Oh,
know
the
that
movie.
So.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's just like some of the person's other works. Now, the studio's interesting. It's Zebek. We've talked about Zebek before. And we've talked about Zebek before because Zebek is the original studio that did Shaman King back in 2001. They've also done notable works like DN Angel, Elemental G-Lade, Negima, Magister Negimagi, Buso Renkin, To Love Ru, Pandora Hearts, let's see, Nyaruko, To Love Ru Darkness, Pokemon Origins, episodes 2 and 3. Let's see. I'm just double checking to make sure there's nothing else particularly interesting. They've done a few other things, some Future Card Fight and like Fafnir, some Full Metal Panic. The studio is currently officially closed down. They were sold by the original company they were under and bought by another one who renamed them and ended the Zebek studio in 2019.
See, that's the funny thing, because when that happened, I do remember this being a big thing talked about in the anime community because of Keijo, because Keijo was pretty recently aired.
It was 3 years
and
old, yeah.
Keijo, at the end of its season, put out a little thing of the characters put up a peace sign to show 2 to hint at a season 2. And then that never came to fruition because Zebek shut down.
Yeah. So Zebek is a name that I know, which is interesting. And honestly, I thought the animation was pretty good.
Oh, I thought it was on point.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, it was on point, honestly.
It was so much fun.
It kind of needs to be on point for a series like this.
Yeah, which is
Oh,
weird,
yeah.
too, because I think for some reason, the first time I tried watching Keijo, for some reason I didn't like the animation. I don't know if it just wasn't as polished at the time, or there was just something when I initially watched it that threw me off about the animation initially.
For me, I can understand that because I noticed something off in the motion. It just
It wasn't even
like
the
high speed stuff.
It wasn't even the motion, actually. It was just the character model quality for some reason felt off to me. But like that was when I first initially watched it. Maybe I just had bad bad internet connection. So the show quality didn't look very good, and I just didn't continue. But after that,
But you didn't notice it on this watch
But I didn't notice it on this watch through. In fact, the show actually looked rather good. Like, it actually looked like good in comparison to what I remember of it when I first tried watching it. Yeah.
Alright, we think we have anything else we want to bring up here as far as spoiler-free stuff goes?
I don't think specifically anything in the spoiler-free. I mean, like I said, I genuinely enjoyed this. It was wonderful. I thought this was a great opening to the season. Great follow-up to Ore and Ishizoku.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, those both can die in the pit of fire.
I thought you liked Ore.
I think it was a unanimous approval, or
Yeah.
not approval, on
Ooh.
Ore.
Yeah.
But Ishizoku.
Ishizoku can die in a pit of fire.
Alright, so you'll see us back in a few days for our spoiler reviews, talking about characters and story.
Oh, yeah.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Try harder, everyone.